armor, protected with blue eyes, blonde hair, and sword in his hand, whatever. Most of the time, the man wins. They kill the creature, they kill the dragon, they kill whatever it is. They kill the native people. The hope for the world is falling apart. There is no hope. But people believe there's hope. They assume there's hope. And every New Age futurist speaker out there tell you there is. I'll tell you this. The world is deteriorating rapidly. It will deteriorate until there is a consciousness shifting understanding about a real God. Not a man-made God, about a real God. No alien will ever be able to teach us that. No demon entity, no creature will ever tell us that. So we're pretty much in a bad space. But through history, was a deity good or bad? And if you read the stories or learn the stories or understand them directly, there is a good and bad of everything in the lower realm. Everything that you work with has its own agenda, meaning what it knows. When you die, you don't become one with the universe and all things. You don't know what I'm thinking right now or what I'm going to do tomorrow. It's individualized growth of soul, and each one grows differently. But are angels good or bad? Demons are dark creatures. And what's that mean? Well, if you experience it, you don't know. But then we have all these other creatures that came in and left. Why? Unicorns, Pegasus, dragons. How real were any of them? I told you they're all real. Does it matter? No, because it doesn't matter to you, because you probably won't believe it. You believe in the little people? You believe in all the air spirits, water spirits, fire spirits, tree people, rock people? Gnomes, salamander beings, and all those kind of things? Do you? Do you have an awareness of anything about them? I doubt it. Now, let's go into more things on planet Earth. Bigfoot, which is real. I stood 1 foot away from one. So I know it's real, whether you believe me or not. That's your tough luck. I know what's happening. I know what's going on. I know why they're here, all those kind of things, or why they're not doing anything for the human race. The Loch Ness Monster. Well, I didn't personally see it. People have. The Cooper Chopper Monster. The head of Puerto Rico saw it. He called the U.S. Army over there to try to capture it. That's another story, which I'm not going to go into. And then we got the Trump Monster. What it's doing to the planet. Mr. Trump, what is his game? How is he controlling? You think Lucifer would have any more power than through him? Of course not. Controlling what goes on with fires that destroys such large quantities of homes and people. Disasters that hit, that wipe out towns and cities. To control what happens after it. Only ego could do that. You know, a good person would have a really, really hard time trying to help this world. Because nobody would want what they decide or feel. Let's not have war. Well, then Russia's going to destroy us. China's going to take us over. Well, we created this reality. It's too far in the middle or the ending of a scenario to change it. Well, if I become one with the six-dimensional beings, all that's bull. You will not. And you will not change anything. You will not create anything better for the human race. If you think cars that drive themselves is better, a robot that's going to do everything in the store when you go in it is going to be better, a drone coming to your house to drop off a package is going to be better, then what? Now they got these surfboards that are like flying surfboards. They're probably the most dangerous things they ever made. How they're going to use them commercially or not, I don't know. How far it's going to go. But I know they didn't like surfboards when they came out. I mean, they didn't like skis. Well, who knows what level of goodness and badness it'll bring to the world. but things that have blades on it that'll chop you to shreds if it gets out of control, or if you fall off of it and hit it. I mean, it's danger to the max. But in this reality, man is only stimulated by danger. Not just killing people, but the danger of almost being killed. Climbing a rock mountain, knowing that you could fall off and die. Jumping off a cliff, knowing that anything could happen when you jump off. Jumping out of a plane without your parachute, not open or on your back, I mean, is extremely dangerous. But that anger, fear, stimulates man. I mean, you could add sex into that, and the hardcore sex now, the way they do it, and the pain and suffering they bring along with it, is increasing that fear factor and pain factor. I mean, weightlifting, they say no pain, no gain, and that's true. But what purpose is it for? It's usually ego of the body. Everything we do is based on ego. What do we look like when we go out in the morning? Oh, my eyes aren't this, my hair is not that, my clothes aren't this, I'm not. It's all about ego. It has nothing to do with spirit. Spirit doesn't look like your clothes or your face that you're wearing. Your astral body will be this body you're in right now, but much younger, or maybe a little older if you're too young. Because you don't want to be a baby in a reality that you can't do much. But you're capable of picking whatever you want. If you're staying there. Otherwise, you're reincarnating real fast. But that soul usually gets to stay there for at least 5 years. Because it tries to show you we can move forward. And what benefits start happening when you decide to make that decision. If you don't make that decision, that will never happen. But the Koopa Chopper monster, when it was in Puerto Rico, was killing lots of animals and everything, and then it jumped across the mayor's car. So he believed it. But he didn't, I don't know how much he believed it before that. So, when did man start looking for a real God? They didn't. So they go down to lower levels, meaning angels. It's a programmed idea. But then when that doesn't work or didn't work, they had to create a superhero. Now, what I was trying to get to now, when we watch these shows, movies being put out of all these superheroes, they're fun to watch, they're exciting, and it gives you the make-believe idea that we're going to be protected by something greater. And since they don't feel that God did that, they lower it to an angel, and when the angels don't do that, they have to create this being, super being, that's going to do it. But people get bored with whatever they have. They get bored with human super beings. So they have to start creating, moving them into animal form. And they start giving them animal names because they're part animal, they act like an animal, whatever. And then when that gets boring, they create creatures and insects for the super beings. Ant-Man, Spider-Man. I mean, they keep creating more titles to fill in the gap of what they think they're missing with their superhero. Then, when all else fails, and any kind of life form doesn't seem to be working, they go to objects like Iron Man, Rock Man, Flash, Green Lantern, to objects as the reflecting of the power. And when all that fails, where can a person really go? To Lucifer. Sorry, and people won't admit it to themselves that they would, or they try, or they do, and they don't want to believe it if they are. But guess what? When it's due, when you're dying, and you realize you're not going to be able to stay in the astral plane even, you are looking. You're looking for something greater. All right? After that, you're already locked into a set reality. where we are, what we're doing, how we're going to do it, where we're going to get, and all those kind of things. But that'll take you to the last scenario of life, which will most people move into. I call it dreamland. Dreamland means you go to sleep at night, you wake up in the middle of the night and say, wow, I was just visited by aliens. You go to sleep, you wake up, I just had a creature in my room. Just had an alien in my bedroom. Whatever. And then you believe it. And you accept it as an experience. Just to prove a point, out of all that happened, all these experiences, there's no proof. Are there proof that deities existed? Are there proof that aliens did come to the earth way before? There's residue artifacts of things, and I guess you can prove aliens have been here, but can you prove that a deity was ever here? Or a high angel? Well, he was told this and this happened. Well, there are people that work with angels. I'll admit that. Angels come for a reason, which people don't realize. Angels aren't there to chat with you because you're bored or you need somebody to talk to and that they have to come there to talk to you. They come with a message. They're bringers of a message, important truth, important scenario of what's going to happen. At that point, you have the choice to listen to them or not. But that's all their purpose is. Not to train you to become something, because whatever that would be who they are. And they're not here to create themselves here. They're here to help us see and do and be the best we can for ourselves. Now, Lucifer's role in that is the opposite, but that's besides the point. The point is, we have to look at what our experiences mean to us when we say we have an experience. I was on a fishing boat. I hooked a shark. It was the biggest blue shark ever caught. Did I make it up? No. I have a picture right here of it. So, was it a dream? No. It was real. The proof, and I'm sure there's camera photography and easy repair pictures and make them into something else, but when I was young, we didn't have that, so it wasn't like anybody could create anything they want on film and pictures. Now they can. So it's that much harder to get proof of something real, unless you take the word of the person that's saying that it's unedited. But even at that point, what's it mean? A picture is only a picture. If you had God in a picture, or you had Jesus in a picture, and you had Moses all standing there together with their arms on each other, and you took a picture, how important would that be today? Well, depending on what religion you are, what belief and what programming you have, oh, see that? They all did exist. Really? They were all friends? Really? Jesus and Moses were not equally the same on thinking or beliefs or truth. I'm not going to go on Moses because I do him too many times, but I will be talking a lot more about Jesus. This is the only thing that matters right now. What Jesus really taught. Not what he supposedly done and is and was. What did he teach? Why didn't Peter, his greatest disciple, understand what he was teaching? Is Peter that brain dead he didn't understand love? If Jesus was only teaching love? People don't even want to rationalize the truth, which is pathetic. And they really think they're going to learn the truth? Well, I got my truth, which is nothing. What do you know? Do you know anything about an alien? If you don't know any history. You don't know Bigfoot's real? Pathetic. What do you know? Well, if I go to school and I work really hard, I might get a good paying job. Yeah, that's about all you're going to know. Pertaining nothing to do with spirit, death, and the truth. The truth of this world is only important to this world. The experience of this world is only experiences to this world. When you have a real experience, you're getting out of this world.